Konnichiwa, Dr. Braces here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about the cost of orthodontics. I know that's usually the driving point for a lot of these big decisions that you make. So first and foremost, the number one thing to keep in mind is geographical location. So braces in some areas of the country are going to cost more or less versus other areas of the country. And so the averages are going to vary and fluctuate depending on where you live. The second thing that's going to factor in is the type of treatment that you are seeking. So usually, and every orthodontic office is different, but generally the lowest cost is going to be your routine metal braces. From there, ceramic braces or clear braces usually cost a little bit more than metal because the manufacturers charge the orthodontist more for those products. The next tier up would be Invisalign. Invisalign usually costs more than braces because the orthodontists they're going to have to pay a lab fee to Invisalign, and that can be pretty pricey. Finally, there's something called lingual braces, and that costs the most. The reason for that is it's very technique sensitive, so technique sensitive that a lot of orthodontists don't like doing them. And so to find someone who does lingual braces, what it is, it's a brace that goes on the inside of your teeth so no one can see it. But again, very technique sensitive. So those generally cost the most in terms of what tier you're looking at. The next thing to factor in is the complexity of the case. So some cases are very simple, some cases are more complex. Usually there's some sort of formula in an orthodontist office that they're going to weigh in. How difficult is this case? And do I need to charge more because of the complexity of that case? It's going to take me longer, those kind of things. Majority of orthodontic offices will charge or won't charge anything for the consultation. The consult itself is free. And so you can go into that office, you can have your consultation, they can go over the financing options, how much things are gonna cost, they're gonna break it down for you. Now, on average, again, depending on where you live, braces are going to cost anywhere from $3,500 to $7,500. And again, that depends on the area you live and what the average cost is in that area. If you have other things that need to be done, so for example, let's say that you need to have some teeth pulled, or let's say you have a tooth that's impacted and you need an oral surgeon to go find that tooth for us. Those are going to be costs that are going to be added on. Those offices are going to have their own fees associated with the treatment that they provide. So there's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to the cost of orthodontics, but if you are interested in getting orthodontics, whether it be braces, Invisalign, phase 1 treatment for your child, the first step is to have a consult with an orthodontist in your geographical area, and they'll go over what those numbers look like. Majority of offices are going to offer some sort of financing so that you're not paying the entire thing out of pocket all at once, but they're going to break it down over the course of monthly payments that'll occur over the course of your treatment time. Usually those costs are pretty set in stone. Occasionally, sometimes maybe an orthodontist would say, price match or something like that. But again, the reason why those costs exist where they are is because that's the cost of treatment. And a lot of orthodontists, they feel comfortable with their numbers, and so that's the number. So negotiating, it's not like buying a car where you can maybe drive them down. When it comes to the differences in costs, again, I think we've talked about this in a different video, but one office might charge $2,000 more than another office. And the question I would ask in those situations wouldn't be, should I just go with the lower costing option? It would be, why does this office feel like they have to charge that much less? Or why does this office feel like they can charge that much more? Is the quality and the treatment going to be that much better? Is my experience going to be better? And is that worth the ultimate payoff of that additional cost in treatment? As far as negotiating goes, I would say I don't let people negotiate because again, we're confident in our price points. We feel like we're fair and that we're going to deliver a very good quality of service and a very good result. If you're deciding on if you want metal braces, ceramic braces, Invisalign, the main difference is just your preference as the patient. If I'm in a consultation, for example, and the parents are concerned about the added cost of Invisalign, I just say, listen, we can get the same, in majority of cases, we can get the same results with braces versus Invisalign. Here's the advantages and disadvantages of each one. So essentially with your Invisalign, you're paying for the extra cost, but that's for the cosmetics. That's for the convenience of being able to take them on and off so you can brush and floss your teeth better. What's the downside of that is that, if it's for you, you have to be compliant. If it's for your child, they have to be compliant, and you have to trust that your child is going to actually wear those trays. And so oftentimes I'll have consults where the child wants Invisalign, the parent knows, listen, my kid's not gonna wear these things, so we're gonna do braces, right? And so in most situations, in my office at least, the cost difference doesn't really come into play. If you have questions, absolutely leave comments and we'll get back to you. And if you wanna know how orthodontics actually works, biologically, what's going on in your mouth to make a tooth move, go ahead and click on the link below. And remember, a smile can change someone's life, so keep smiling.